Good morning. We're going to start this series off real strong, and it's going to be the moment I decided that I was going to go to rehab. So I was at my now sister-in-law's house and her boyfriend, and I had some pharmaceutical fentanyl, and it was a patch, but I had found a way to break it down. I hated science all through school, but I could do some science like that, which is crazy because, you know, we think we can't do stuff, we think we hate stuff, but then we find ways when it's really not beneficial. Hang on, I got it. Okay. So, I had that, and they were in the bedroom, I was in the living room, and I did it. And as soon as I did it, I was like, y'all, I did too much. I knew I was about to overdose. I didn't think I was going to die, but I knew I was going to overdose, and I needed to let them know, because I might have needed some Narcan. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up outside, and her boyfriend's kind of slapped me in the face, like, you got to wake up, you know, come back, and, like, get a hold of yourself. We ain't going to die here. And I just started crying, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this, And he was like, it's okay. And I was like, no, it is not okay. I have a little boy, and he needs his mom, and if I die, even though at that time I wanted to die, I wanted God to take me out, because I was too weak to take my own life. But I was so tired, I was so sick and tired, and I was so fed up with the life I was living, and I was just getting high to get by at that point. Like, it wasn't even enjoyable. But I didn't want him to always think, well, my mommy didn't love me enough to stay. My mommy didn't love me enough to stay on this earth or even try. Like, she just, you know, I didn't, and I knew he would. And that would follow him around his whole life. And his mommy did love him enough. I just was not stronger than my addiction, and I had not reached out to God yet. But in that moment, I remember saying in my mind, God, if you are the God that everybody says you are, and you do the things that you do, and you are as powerful as you say you are and everybody else says you are, then I need a miracle, because I'm not a quitter when it comes to drugs, and I need a miracle. I need you to get me there. I need you to just lay the way out. And I don't know, I think a week or so, maybe just a few days. I don't remember. My timelines are always so jumbled and messed up, and I can't remember. But it went by, and I called, and I knew that I had to go somewhere out of state, because if I stayed in state, then I knew I'd call someone to pick me up. And changing my environment turned out to be one of the best things. Just getting away from everything that I knew and not having it in reach and having access to it, because I wasn't the type to just go out and ask anybody for it, or, you know, I wasn't going to leave rehab in a place that I didn't know and go try to hustle me up something like that. Just wasn't me. So, because my luck, I'd be going to jail. But anyway, I Googled, and I found a place in Florida called Evolutions, and I called, and they were like, okay, well, you know, we'll get you a plane ticket, and you know, come in the next day or two. I'm like, oh, whoa, no. Nope, I gotta get me a good little